What up? It is EJ, and welcome to another edition of Next Up with my homie Bryce Vine. What's good?
Hey guys, hey man.
What's happening?
Just here with you, talking, hanging out.
It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, right?
Sure is, man. Los Angeles.
You know what's funny? When I met you 3 weeks ago, I was like, bro, this dude is so cool.
I know we vibed out super
We
hard.
sure did, compared to all the other squares in the room. It was the connection, you and I.
I hope they don't watch those squares.
I'm kidding. They're
we
my
just
friends.
vibe. We vibe for sure.
It was great. And it's so funny. So I got home, I got to the radio station, and I listened to most of your songs. I love Bella.
Oh, yeah.
Sour Patch Kids. And I saw the video, and I was like, bro, this is taking me back. Did you mean to do that?
Oh, man, because you're an 80s kid, too.
Absolutely.
80s
I saw the Nintendo 64 controller in it,
man.
and I was like, bro, look
Dude,
at you.
we went out of our way to find as much 90s material as we could. Even that Jordan poster, if you see that in the background, that was not easy to find.
Where was it? Where'd you guys find it?
Dude, this was 3 years ago.
Like eBay or something like that?
I think the director, he just had like one of those. You know how in Hollywood they have those places, and you're just like, what? Who's possibly renting this stuff?
Right.
It was one of those places.
That's so dope. It was a dope music video.
Thanks,
I liked
man.
it. Also, Drew Barrymore. You know what's funny? I listen to music all the time, and I feel like I rarely connect with it, if it makes sense. But Drew Barrymore, I love the storytelling in it, and I just really connected to it. Why the name Drew Barrymore?
I'm glad that you love it so much, man. I mean, that you actually connect with the song, because that's what I grew up on listening.
Right.
You know, I was like, I wanted to feel like I understood the artist, that I wasn't being condescended to, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was your question? Where did Drew Barrymore come from?
Yeah.
So that was, I had this concept like years ago that Julia Michaels had helped me write.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that, but it was over a different beat, and I just didn't know what to do with it. And then when I wrote this song, I was really just trying to write a song about a girl in a way that wasn't just about her physically. You know, it was like an emotional thing and like a sexual thing, and it was harder than I thought. And then I didn't have a hook for it forever because I just didn't know what the right way to say that was. And then finally I found that and came back to it, and it just fit in perfectly. So it was kind of like a Frankenstein project of a song, you know.
Is it easier to like write a song, come back to it? Like if you're writing it and then you like blank out and then you come back to it, is it easier to finish it that way, or you have to get it done all in one sitting?
I don't know if it's easier to do it that way, but I do that exclusively. I don't
Really?
think I've ever written a song in a day. Never. Yeah, I always need to come back to it.
How come? Is it just, I feel like writing a song is like the hardest thing ever.
You know, it's just, you know how you get tired of songs that you hear over and over
Absolutely.
again? Now imagine you're playing that song for 7 weeks straight, and when you go on tour or you do shows and stuff like that. I really want to like the song. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be playing songs that I am going to hate after playing 17 times. And the only way to do that is to like really take time with it. If you're not sick of it after 3 weeks of writing it, then you know it's on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least for me, that's just the way I think of it. Like, I don't mind taking forever to write a song as long as it's gonna be right in the end.
There's no pressure or anything like that. You don't want that.
Now
pressure.
there is. Now
Right.
there's lots of pressure, but I mean, I've been writing my whole life, so it's just it's either self pressure or pressure from other people. Either way, it's like you write anyway. You know, you write about that
Right.
if you need to.
What do you think is the best thing to write about? Like, what's your best writing inspiration?
Women,
Really?
probably. Yeah. Just in general, just the entire people.
Just like the struggle,
No,
like not the struggle, but like relationship aspects and
Yeah,
whatnot?
relationship stuff. The types of women that I've witnessed, their personalities, the struggle that they go through as women. Like, I was raised by, I mean, I had my dad in the picture, but my mom was single all my life. So
Right.
I was raised by a very strong, independent woman. So I recognize that when I see it in other girls, and I feel like that just needs to be hailed more instead of just the go out partying kind of thing, which is cool too, you know, have your fun, do you, boo. But like, I feel like the working girl doesn't get nearly enough credit in music. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's always people talking about these model girls and things
Yeah.
like that who are out and about, you know, being whatever, gold diggers and stuff like that. But nobody talks about that.
Well,
Mom
very
is
few
working.
people talk about women in a positive way,
Right.
considering what a big subject it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, and then when we did the music video, I needed that girl to represent that too. You know, it couldn't just be some Instagram chick. And when I called Christian Serratos, I was really just looking for a favor, like if she knew anyone in Hollywood, because we wanted someone with clout still, you know? but she was my original choice. She's a mother and she's on Walking Dead, and I just knew that was probably not going to happen. And I called her and she was like, "I'll do it for free."
That's so legit.
Isn't that dope?
Called in a favor. That's awesome. How'd you hook
I
up
owe
with
her. I owe you. I know.
How'd you hook up with Wale on it?
Oh, dude, so we actually have the same agent, but that's totally not how that came about, man. I only met him the day that we shot the video, and he was the coolest. Like, everything I ever hoped, like, my first feature would be. I've been a fan forever. Like,
right. Favorite Wale song?
90210.
Pretty Girls.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. Fashion Week is sick, too. And then, God, there's so many good ones. I mean, his lyrics are crazy. He's like a true artist. You know what I mean?
Right. Like yourself. Like, you
Maybe.
studied this, though. Like, it's not someone, and what I appreciate about you is that you're not just doing it for the fame or for the getting, like, you studied this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your thing.
Well, I appreciate the recognition of that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I found music when I was 13 years old, and I just knew it was what I wanted to make and what I wanted to do. I didn't even know that you could be an artist and not write your own songs. I thought it was just part of the territory. And I'm an only child, so it was kind of self-therapy, too. It was talking about things I was going through as a kid, even as meaningless as they were. You know what I mean? Feeling like bored in a small town. There was an outlet for it. I could just write a song. So, yeah, I mean, music is just... I kind of want to give people what it's already done for me. It just made me happier and more content, and just feel like there's other people out there that are talking about stuff and just trying to enjoy life, but also go through the annoying things that we all go through.
Right.
You know, like, level with people.
Right. So at 13, you got that guitar. Were you writing songs then?
I was covering. I taught myself to play, so I was in the garage every night just trying to figure out each string at a time, which I'm still doing. Like, I've not perfected the guitar by any means, but I knew I needed to play an instrument if I was going to write.
Right.
So I think I was playing maybe like Third Eye Blind and Green Day songs and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Those were the first things that I learned, and then I started writing my own stuff pretty quickly after that.
Are those bands your earlier influences and whatnot?
Yeah, man, 90s rock.
Really?
Yeah, but especially Third Eye Blind. Like, I mention them all the time because they were the first time that I ever heard a poppy song talking about things like drug abuse and really real life in the life of someone who's trying to become better. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'd never heard anything really modest before in music. Like, even all the great pop songs were great pop songs, but they weren't really about a struggle that someone was going through yet. You know, unless it was rap music. Like,
you didn't
Tupac.
relate to it yet.
I just didn't understand. Yeah, it was fun to listen to, but I didn't accept it as art, really. And then I don't know when it happened. It just like clicked in my brain that I was like, oh, wait a second. This is an outlet. This is supposed to be an outlet for artists and for the people that are listening. And that was what did it. I was just like, yeah.
Which is amazing because you're a rapper and you use that as your influences, which is so dope.
Tupac too, though, man.
Right.
When I heard "How Do You Want It" in my dad's car, I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is the coolest music. Who is this? What is this? I need more. So it's kind of a mix. And then you hear people like Cudi and Chance the Rapper and Gambino, and you see it in them too. And Wale, you know, they're trying to make their art better, which I always appreciate. If someone's even trying to elevate themselves in any way.
That's so awesome. I just realized we are today a month away from your birthday.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What are you going to do to celebrate?
So crazy that we met 3 weeks ago and you know that. And you're a true friend.
I got you. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I think we're in Omaha, aren't we? Yeah, we're in Omaha on my birthday, so that's what I'm doing. I'll be in Omaha, Nebraska.
Chasing tumbleweeds or something like that?
You don't really got to chase tumbleweeds. I forgot what we're doing. I think it's like a radio show. This is why I have my manager here with. He's the man.
It's all good. We'll find out later.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So if there are like new people discovering who you are, how would you describe you and your music?
This one's always weird. I guess I try to make music that you want to drive in your car with the windows down with your friends and blast and, you know, sing and not worry about anything else for a second. Like, those are the kind of songs I like to write. I imagine people doing that when I'm writing the songs, and Like I imagine playing it live and having the crowd singing along with it. And I like to throw kids the mic and stuff like that. So I write things based on hoping that I'll hear somebody else singing it back to me. You know what I mean?
I can see that in your Instagram stories. I can see that really gets to you when you put the camera like to the audience and people are like singing to you and you're like really into it. I can tell
fun,
that really affects you. I think that's so dope.
Yeah, I think it's just because I've lived so much life having people not know or care what I was doing. I mean, you got to work towards something, you know, and like we've been working at this for a long time.
Right.
So then when you start to see it and people reacting to the music, yeah, it's crazy, man. There's nothing like it. It's dope.
Bruh, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for having me, man.
Bryce Vine, everybody.
Thanks for reminding me it's my birthday soon. Another year older. Everybody loves that.
I do.
Do you? You like aging?
I sure do.
Aging
So
is a bad
I
word.
can't wait to the point where I'm like old enough to say whatever the F I want and don't care. And they'll be like, oh, he's just old. He can say whatever he wants.
You do
I
look
can't
forward
wait
to
till I
that.
get. Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
There's nothing at stake for you anymore.
Right. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Get the hell off my lawn. And I can't wait to say stuff like
When
that.
I retire, the things I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
Just gonna just things that make no sense at
Come
all.
outside with my robe open, whatever. Because you know what? It's my property. I do what I want. And I'm
Yeah.
80. And I've lived this long. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slay, King.
I will.